Procedural generation. Definitely an interesting concept and something that is used very often within a lot of indie games, and in many ways to great effect because, well, one of my favorite games even uses it. Warframe uses it to create randomly generated rooms so that even though the missions might look similar or feel similar, the layout is always fresh. So what if that same philosophy was applied within Garry's mod? This is exactly what this is. May I introduce to you the procedural map. Now, to be fair, we have seen this before. In fact, we've seen a few instances of this before where the map is made as it goes. I'll put that video in the top right corner. And we even saw another procedural map that's kind of similar to this one, but this is even more in-depth because not only do we get the terrain that changes, we even get the buildings, and each of the buildings may also have NPCs in them that is also random. Not only that, but even the color of the textures and all the models can be random as well. Now, how do you randomize this? It's pretty simple, and we're going to do this live. You guys can see it for yourself. Simply restart the map, and every time you do restart the map, you're going to get a randomly generated version of the map. Alright, and there we go. Don't know why I kind of just hesitated there. I think my hard drive was in idle mode. But now we can see, as we're already pretty much loaded in, this is what you get. You just get this. And I love this. There's just these little blocks that bounce around, and they evolve into what becomes the map. Now, if you think that we're done, we are not, because this map is still being created. There it is. The buildings are now within. The colors have been applied, and we now have our map that is brand spanking new. Now, some things are still being loaded in. You can see we did get some combine. Some of the geometry might not make a lot of sense. That's going to happen with this kind of stuff. So now we have combine that we can go ahead and shoot. We get some random props. Is that a turret? I've never even seen this thing before. But we can see we got more combine. We got some crates that we can use to thankfully get some supplies. And we can also see that we have some red grass. Alright, so the colors don't always make a lot of sense, but that's the fun part of procedural generation. We also have some random pawns here. Kind of cool stuff. So I never even really saw that those bouncing blocks are kind of what dictates what becomes of the map. Now, something that's really cool as well, which I'm definitely going to show off in more detail here. Oh my god, there is so many enemies in here. Well, I'm pretty sure you guys have probably already guessed, but yes, each of these buildings is destructible. We have procedural destructible buildings, and I think that is such a cool and neat feature. Oh, and by the way, that map that I said we took a look at not too long ago, it's by the same creator. This is the evolution of that map, the cave map. And that map was pretty cool. It did spawn in NPCs and all that stuff, but it was also kind of samey. Like, you could kind of predict how the map was going to be generated, and obviously there was that emphasis on caves, but this time around, it really does feel like each map is its own. Now, this is obviously pretty interesting, but let's go ahead and restart once again and see what we get. Alright, here we are. That was even faster than last time. I'm gonna go ahead and just admire how these blocks kind of load in. But you can see the thing that's pretty cool here, we have a lot more water, and also, we have some wind SFX, which is also, I assume, to be random. Alright, here we go. This might be the most normal looking map yet. It's still being generated, but I think it's safe to say that most of it's loaded in. We have a lot of water, so do with that as you will. We also have some green grass, which is probably a little too green for my liking, but you know what, let's roll with it. We also have some blue rocks, because why not? That wind is also pretty gnarly, and this time, we have a bit of a friendly setting here. And this time we got some citizens. Why are all of you tap dancing? Anyway, we do have one singular watermelon. We must cherish it for all eternity. And by cherish it, I mean throw it into the water because we have more maps to take a look at. Now, this water is pretty deep, and it's pretty cool because things will spawn within the water as well. We can see, these guys kind of got the short end of the stick. Definitely would not want to live in a damp shack like this. So now we can get a better look at the severity of the destruction here. There truly is no limit. You can kind of just go absolutely bonkers if it is what you wish. I mean, it reminds me of the destructible house, and I think that's so cool that we can have a map like this and it's randomly generated. Now, of course, you're gonna get some lag, you know, typical source engine physics stuff. Also, what is with all of this blood? What happened in here? What did you do? Alright, sorry about the wind, guys. That was kind of gnarly. So this time we also have a lot of water. More wind sounds, but they're kind of different. In fact, this is so familiar. What is this from? I mean, obviously it's from Half-Life 2. It's got to be, but I'm trying to remember exactly from what. And oh my god, we have purple grass, y'all. And the buildings look pretty cool. I don't know why, but this might be my favorite one yet. I love this random structure here. I don't even know what this is for, but you know what? I dig it. Alright, so here we have more citizens, more watermelons, more beds. I like how some of the things do make sense. It's not all entirely random. For instance, right here you can see we got a TV and then a couch. And then the watermelon once again. And over here we got more buildings with more water, and it's looking pretty bleak in here. Alright, back once again, and this time we have a very interesting layout. So, the third time in a row we have more water, and we even have some stacked ponds, is the only thing I could think of. I never really thought I'd ever say that phrase, but we have puke yellow green grass, love it. And we have head crabs that have all died, so I don't know what that's all about, but oh my god, it is flooded in here. So now I can see why the head crabs died. Fun fact, zombies can walk in water. I had no idea. I think it's kind of fitting considering the fact that the color of the grass is pretty much the color of the zombie guts, so nice. Over here we got some more zombies, and they don't even really mind the water all that much. Alright guys, next up, and this time we don't have as much water. So the land to water ratio does seem to vary quite a bit. I don't remember exactly what the first one looked like. I think there wasn't all that much water. We did have ponds, of course. But this time, again, not as much water. Definitely more land, and a lot more lag. Oh! What is this? We have these strange arcs of stone. I don't exactly know why that's there, but the blue rocks are back. And we also have some more buildings with some more citizens. And then we have another flooded building. Oh, you poor saps. But overall, there's really not that much to go over. This time we have no water, though. Or, wait, do we? What the? Okay, so the water seems to always be there, but sometimes the land can just spawn above it. So sometimes you will get those splashes. But guys, let me know what you think down below. I think that procedural map generation is getting so much better in Garry's mod. And to the creator, amazing work, my dude. Seriously, I am so impressed by this. And I don't know what these structures are for, but I love that they're random. And it really adds some flavor to the map. Also, this is the most normal looking map yet, which I know that sounds kind of weird. Look at the floor though. This is like the standard grass texture. But as always guys, if you want to leave a like or subscribe, you totally can. Links will be in the description. Use code NecrosVideos whenever you do shop at G Fuel and you'll save 20%. Definitely a good deal. I'll see you guys in the next video, and until next time, thanks for watching and farewell.